Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing. Today I'm working with the My Porch Prints camping kit. Absolutely adorable. So I'm going to do another episode of themed ephemera. We're going to make a quadruple staggered tag is this piece here, and as we get ready I'll talk to you about the measurements that I've noted here. I've got some ephemera, a little bit of beads and some other stuff. This is going to be a scrap belly band for a page, so I'll be using some pieces of the paper from the kit, as well as some of the sentiment words. And then this one is going to be a laminate pocket. So super excited about this one. I've never done it before. I've seen it on a video before, and I thought I would give it a try. So I've already done a lot of the prep work. All of my pieces are already inked. Everything is cut out. My tags are all backed. All of that stuff, just because it saves time in the video and it relieves my stress from having to kind of scramble and try to get all that in order as I'm going along. So I'm going to go ahead and I think we'll start with the 4 tag because it is the biggest item. So hopefully we'll have enough time to get through all of the pieces. We'll see. So I'm just going to set these other bits aside. Super excited about this kit. It's a little bit challenging for me to work with a kit that's more masculine in nature and in theme, but I think we're going to be okay. And I've got some little embellishments that I think are going to really help that process. So I apologize for the light. It seems to be a little bit off. I have the shade closed and there's no extra light, but the weather's a little bit overcast and weird out here today. So I've got, I cut out some tabs from a die set that I've got. So I've got a couple of those that we'll probably be using. This is a tab from the kit, the little cup of cocoa that we're going to be using. The dimensions on these tags, if you're interested, are the large tag is 3.5 by 6. The second tag is 3 by 5.5. The third tag is 2.5 by 5, and then the last tag is 2.25 by 3.5. So in case you want to make note of that, you can obviously make them whatever size that you want. I have already punched my holes as well. I will be connecting them with this ring from, I believe that this is a Tim Holtz item. And then I made, really quick, I just made a little dangle on a bulb pin that we can put on there. It's got some brown beads and a gold bead. And then I've got my jump rings ready in case I need those. Get those out of the way. And all these little bits, just tabs and things. This is from a sticker embellishment kit that I liked, that I found in my stash. So it says fish. I thought it would be nice, but we'll see how much of this we actually use. So given that I've already pretty much done everything with these, now it's just a matter of embellishing them. So this is the bottom tag, and I've already backed them with coffee dyed paper. As I've mentioned before, I really like that as a writing surface. I will be stitching around these, but I'll be doing that off camera. So, and then the third tag is this one, and again it measures 2.5 by 5. And then the little tag, which I just cut from one of the pockets, I believe, from the kit, is there. So let's talk about how we want to decorate these. So I've got some bits here that from just random things from my studio that I thought I would try. I cut these out from a Tim Holtz dies, but I don't think a flower is appropriate here on this particular thing. Kind of, I mean, I guess it would be okay, but it seems a little bit weird. This one might be okay because it's kind of a leafy thing, but I don't think it looks really great, so I may not even be using those. So I have this material that I thought would be fun to kind of make a little bit of a cluster out of. And then I've got some gauze, a little bit of burlap, and some leaves. So let's go ahead and make a cluster on this. I didn't actually tear some paper for a cluster, so let me do that really quick. Just a second, guys. We've got that piece, and we got a piece of this coffee dyed paper, which I think would be nice. Just tearing the edges so that they're all rough. I like that look. Of course, you can do straight edges if you'd like. Just totally up to you. So I think that's a good base there. And then let's find something else here. I've got this strip that might be fun to bring. It's actually the same paper as that. So it needs to be a little bit smaller. I like that. I like that a lot. Bring a little bit of that brown back up, and we can use a little bit of this perhaps. Where's my scissors? Hold on, guys. There we go. I kind of like this because it looks like netting, like for a fish, which is kind of cool. So we can use that as well on here. I think it needs to go over a colored piece. So like, so it would show. And then we need a darker piece. I think this needs to be 4 layers. So let me find another piece here. Okay, let's go ahead and ink these pieces up and then we'll get them in place. I like that white edge because when you ink it, it kind of gives a little bit of a frame around that scrap, which I think is really nice. I won't be so elaborate on all of these tags because some of them have already some great kind of decor and illustration on them. I don't want to go overboard. So I like that and that. I haven't exactly decided how they're going to go in a journal because they are going to be free floating. So, but I can decide that when I get ready to put them in a journal. Perfectly fine. This is a little bit thick. I'm wondering if I don't need that piece. That's quite a lot going on there. And I do want a piece of the cheesecloth, so we'll put that between one of the layers here. Just give it some textural interest. I like that. So maybe that's big. A little bit of it here. It's kind of hanging off. Oh, I like that. And then we'll put the white on. And then we've got, I think I like this little strip, so we're going to use it just because. So let's go ahead and start gluing this stuff down. So sometimes it's helpful if you just kind of take your cluster and turn it over, and then you know where each of your pieces, in what order you had planned to put them. So that's what I like to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this. Should have probably stitched around my tags first before doing this, but it'll be far enough from the edge that we shouldn't have a problem. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that there. And then we've got this, and this is tricky, so I'm going to have to just put it down and then glue this piece down on top of it. There's really no other way to secure it. So I've got my Fabri-Tac out here. I'm going to use that for this since we're gluing to a material. Glue all over my fingers. Ah, there we go. So let's put that one there. I like that. Give that a good push. It's got to get secured through that material there. Hopefully that will be good. And then we've got our little bit of cheesecloth. I like to use just a little bit of glue to put on the surface, and then the next piece I can put a more solid kind of glue on it to make it stay. And I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac again here. And let's see what we want to do. I want to see that, so I'm going to just kind of have to be careful because I need to be able to stitch around this edge here, which I'll do next. And then let's go ahead and pick a word to put on this one. What word should we put? Adventure seems appropriate. So we're going to use this little strip. As I mentioned, I just like it. I like it because it's super dark coffee dyed paper, and it's from my stash. It's just a nice little element. Oh, that's really not sticking. This whole cluster is still moving. I'll have to let that sit for a bit. Hopefully it'll get secure. Just going to use the art glitter glue to attach my sentiment here. And this one says adventure. Our family's big into camping, so it's a pretty cool kit. But I have these leaves too that I thought would be really cool. I wonder if I could stick one in here somewhere. Going to cut that, and let's see if we can put this somewhere. We can get it stuck in here somewhere. I'm going to use a little bit of Fabri-Tac to glue that down. Hopefully I can still get it underneath something here. I forgot that I had that. Kind of like it sticking up there though, sticking out of the side. What do you think? I like that. Okay. Oh, except I can't stitch around this with that on there, so we're going to have to rethink that. It's got to be able to be out of the way of stitching. So I may have to adhere this last after I do my stitching around the edges, so I'm just going to wipe that off really quick. I can put it on later. So that is sufficient for me for the big tag, and then the middle tag I think is equally just fine. I think just maybe a piece of burlap here and another word will be okay. Going a little bit simpler on this bit, so I think a little bit of burlap will be good. So let me just put the Fabri-Tac directly on this surface so it doesn't pull this apart while I'm trying to get it on here. It's a little bit tricky. And then we need another word. How about woods? That seems fitting. Oops, Fabri-Tac would be good. I should have did my stitching before I started embellishing, guys. Sorry about that. There we go. Stick, stick, stick. And then I also have this as that leafy kind of ribbon bit. But again, I don't know if it really fits. We might put that on again after I do some stitching. We'll see. But I think that's just fine for that tag. And then the middle tag, or the third tag, excuse me, I think we're just going to put, again, find something to put underneath of it and then put a word on it. Oh, I kind of like that. It's a little bit feminine, but I think it's cute. I like it. Let's do it. So I'm going to use Fabri-Tac here. And let's just kind of go up here in the middle of the tag here. Give that a good press. And then, ooh, how about kayak time? That seems like a good one. My camera seems a little bit, needs to be moved, so hang on, guys. See, my hands are out of the frame a little bit. There, I like that. You can hardly see that burlap, but that's okay. So the other thing, and then this one I'm just going to leave like it is. I'm not going to put anything on it at all. And but I have these little tabbies that I thought would be fun to put on a tag or two. So I think I'm going to put this one on this tag right here, and I'm going to put it on now, and then I'll stitch it with the machine and it'll be permanent. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on right now. I need to glue it on with that glue. I have this Elmer's, just the purple glue, but it's not really securing anything for any length of time. So I need to grab the extreme glue from Elmer's. just gonna put a little glue here, a little glue here, and then let's put this on here. See if we can get it on straight. The nice thing about the glue stick is you do have a little bit of time to kind of move it around and fuss with it. So we're just gonna put it right up against there. So this edge is to the edge of the tag. There we go. Perfect. So we'll be able to stitch right along the side of that. I think I would like to put something on another one of them, another one of these tabs. There are many in the kit, but I also have these other ones that I cut from my die cutting machine, so I thought they would be fun too. So let's go ahead and put this one on here. Whoa. There we go. I'm just going to put it on this side. Perfect. And I'll be able to just stitch that right on as well. And then let's see what it looks like here. See what you guys think. So we've got that and that and that. I think the top one needs a little bit of a tabby thing, so how about we put a tab on the bottom of this one? So I've got this this shape as well, which I think will be good. And whoop, get a hold of it. Perfect. So let's just put that. Oh, I like that. I'll show you a close up here in a second. Look at that, guys. Cool. Okay, so there we go. So before well, actually, let me go ahead and do the stitching, and I will be right back, and then we'll put some eyelets on these tags, and then we'll put it together. So I'll be right back. Okay, so the stitching is done. Some of it was a little bit odd, but I did my typical straight stitch, a little bit of zigzag. I tacked or sewed right through the tabs there. Here's the other one. I love the backs too. I think they look really cool. Great writing space. And then there's that one. And then there's this one. But I do, while we're still on these tags, I do want to go ahead and see if I can get these leaves on here. So let me try this again. This is a little more secure, so it's going to be tricky. But I'm going to get my Fabri-Tac back over here again. See if I can do that. I especially like this one, so I'm going to try to get this one on at least. See if we can get it, squeak it under there a little bit. Like so. Yeah, like that. That's exactly what I want. Got my towel here. This is like a fabric flower or a flat fabric leaf of some kind. So, oh, I love that. Okay, perfect. So that one is done. And then we had one other one we wanted to put maybe some of this on. I can't remember now if I wanted to do that or not. Let's see. I don't think it needs it. I like the simplicity of this, so we're just going to go with that. And then we were done with these ones as well. So let's go ahead and put our eyelets in. Okay, so let's put these babies together. So we've got all of them in order. And so what I have here is one of these rings. Again, I believe that this is from, it's a Tim Holtz ring. Oh, get it open. It's really tight. Wow, that is incredibly tight. Let me pause real quick and see if I can get this open. Okay, I think that one was defective because I couldn't, when I had to get my pliers out to open it. So I just got rid of that one. So I've got my ring, and I'm going to go ahead and just feed it through all four of these tags. Like so. And then we can go ahead and close that. Perfect. So now We've got our little bulb pin, but we do need to, I'm thinking, I don't know if we need a jump ring or not. So let's try this without a jump ring. Come on. There we go. Just a little bit of adornment. You definitely would not need to do this on this kind of a journal, but I thought I would go ahead and give it a try. There we go. So we've got a little bulb pin. I love that. Love it. I feel like I do want a jump ring, a large jump ring. So let me do that really quick, guys. Wait, things are just not working very great. There we go. Get that out of there. Let's go ahead and do a jump ring. So I'm just going to open it up. And you just open it by turning it in towards yourself or away from yourself. I'm just going to put that on there. I think I'm going to do two. Pulled out two large jump rings. So I think I'm going to use that one too. And then just close it back up. Just by bending it the opposite direction that you originally did it. I'm just going to crimp it a little bit. There we go. So now let's put our jump ring on. See if we have, I didn't like the way it was laying there, so yeah, that's better. So there we go. Got our little jump rings and our little bead. It's actually upside down. Let me see if I can get that to turn. Not sure which way it's supposed to actually hang. I haven't used these a lot, but anyway, you get the gist. It's on there. So that is our quadruple staggered tag. So let's go ahead and put that one aside. We are done with that. So let's go ahead and do the this window thing. And I already took a piece of the kit that I liked and I created a laminated base. So I just put it through my laminator. I left a nice border because what I want to do is collage, but not collage all the way up to that edge. I just want it to be, because I want it to look like a transparency in a window. So I've already cut all my pieces down. I did forget to ink them, so I will do that really quick and I'll just be sure to cut that out of the video when I do my editing. So let me just ink these. Okay, so those are inked as well. So we're going to start by just collaging around this image. And I'm going to use, I don't know what's best. I think maybe the Fabri-Tac to go around on this laminate might be best. So, and I'm gonna, if I go over this edge, it's okay because I can always just trim it off. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this whole piece on. And hopefully Fabri-Tac will be enough to go on plastic here on the laminate. So let's just get that in position. I just want about that much of a border. Can you see that, guys? So that it actually looks like a window, like a specimen window is kind of the idea. So we've got that. Let me turn it. Get my desk off here. Okay, so let's go with another piece. I think we'll tear this one down a little bit more and use this here. Actually, I think we'll use this one up top, right there. So again, we want that little bit of a border around the window, around the centerpiece actually. So there we go. And then we need, I'm getting my desk really yucky. So let's find another piece. We need something a little bit lighter to go up here. So how about we go with this piece and then we'll fill in the holes when we're done here. Put the big pieces on first. Okay, just kind of guarding that edge again. Just want to make sure that I have enough room there around the window. And then let's put this little piece here. Ink that up a little bit. I can re-ink when I'm done if I need more adhesion and more inking. I can do that in a minute. Just turning this piece so that the words are going the right direction. There we go. Perfect. Turn again. This is going actually quite fast. I like it. So let's go ahead and do this piece down here. I'm gonna have to do these again. This is really cool. I've seen it on a video. I'm sorry I cannot remember who, but it's a pretty neat little trick. If I can remember, I'll be sure to link it. Just trying to wipe some of that glue off. There we go. So we need another piece here. Let's go ahead and put that there. And again, I can trim off all the edges if they're too long, which they're going to be. So I can do that. And then one more little piece there. So how about we do this little bit, tear that little green part off and ink this. And then we'll put this one on the last part, and then we can trim it. And then when I'll show you what I mean by it being a pocket, I'll show you that when we get this all cut. There we go. Okay. I get it off my table. Perfect. Awesome, awesome. Look at that. Love it. Actually, I'm going to let this dry for a few minutes because it's pretty tacky, and I need to wipe my desk. I got a bunch of glue here. Just a second, guys. I forgot that we need to actually make something to go in it, so I think we'll do that while it's getting a little bit drier. So let me grab a piece of paper that I like. I really like this bird, but I think it might be a little bit too big, and I don't want to cut it off. It's so pretty. So let me grab the kit here, and we can kind of look together. I think this camping one would be great. So let me get my cutter out here real quick. Sorry about the segue, or not the segue, it's a silly word. The change in plan here. And we're going to probably lose a little bit of this because our pocket cannot, or a tab or journaling card cannot be too wide. So that's going to be pushing it. So I'm going to cut a little bit more off of this edge. And we're going to cut off some of them on the top. About there. And that should be, well, we'll have to see though, because I don't know how much of that border I'm going to have to cut off. So I'll go ahead and cut that there. I think we need to take just a little bit more off the sides here, just to be safe. I think that's perfect. So I do need to back this really quick with some coffee dyed paper. So let me grab that really quick. I've got a piece of paper here. Go ahead and glue that down real quick. I don't like the white background for journaling, so I like to back it with coffee dyed paper, although my thing is plugged. Hold the fort. Come on, there we go. See if that does it. It's been sitting here open for a little while. There we go. Just going to put glue all over the back of this, right up to the edge. Create a nice little journaling card. Okay, see which side we like better. I like the other side, so we're going to go ahead and just put this right on the edge. Give it a good press. I think I'll round the corners on this when I'm done. Sometimes I like that look. Just going to trim this up. Should probably stitch around this too. I might do that. We'll see. You don't have to. It can be different. I think I won't this time. We will go ahead and let that dry for a second, but we're going to go ahead and ink it real quick because this was a surprise. I forgot about having something ready to actually put in that pocket. So the cool thing is when you take the tab or the journaling card out, you're going to see that that's a little window. Otherwise, it's going to look just kind of normal. I'll show you what I mean here. So when this goes in here, it's going to have something behind it when this card is in there, but when it's not, you're going to be able to see through. So that's kind of cool. I like that. So let's go ahead and trim this one up, and then we'll round the corners on that. Awesome. Okay. Here we go. Look at that pocket. Oh my gosh. So cute. Okay, we're going to embellish it just a little bit though. So what did we have for embellishing on this little piece? That's all for that. So I don't really have anything. I have a leaf and a word maybe. We could put a leaf here. And then maybe a little bit of burlap. Just cut that down a little bit. And then we have a word here. Lake time, that was the one I picked. So let's go ahead and put that on. So I'm going to glue my leaf on with my Fabri-Tac. I'm just going to put that right there. Nice and cute. There we go. It's going to take a bit to dry though. So I'm going to get my little piece of burlap out and put it right there. I use my Fabri-Tac on it. It has a plastic or adhesive backing on this, I believe, but I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to put this directly on here, like so. And then we will put lake time on. Oh, it's moving. It's moving. Ah! Stuff is sticking to my fingers. That'll dry. It's just going to take a bit. So let's go ahead and use the Fabri-Tac to attach our little sentiment. Lake time. Perfect. I love the simplicity. Love it. There we go. So there is our pocket. Let's ink this a little bit because we cut off some of those edges, so we lost some of the outline. Not much. Awesome. And then let's go ahead and round the corners on this little journal card. Perfect. So again, in a journal, that's going to just slide right in there. It's going to slide in and out. So there we go. It might need to be cut down a little bit, but I'll adjust it if I need to when I get to that point of using it in a journal. So that is that. So our last one is this piece, which I mistakenly said it was a belly band. It's not a belly band. It's a side scrap thing that goes on the side of the page. So I wanted to have it have a base because I don't want it to be super messy, you know, like if you turn it over, it would all look scrappy on the other side. So I decided to go ahead and use a base. I do want to do a thumb notch as I'm just thinking about this now, because this could attach to the side of the page here and have all the collage bits here, kind of like a cluster, and then it would also have the ability to be a tuck spot. So I'm going to go ahead and do a thumb notch here. Perfect. And then we're going to just ink that up real quick. And then we're going to just start putting these scraps on. So I already, again, as I mentioned, I already inked everything, but I kind of want it to go like this, and then like this. And, you know, it might not need that. I might be able to, I should have thought this out a little bit better. I did not. Maybe it doesn't need that. I do believe it does though, because it's too... We'll deal with the back side later. I'm just going to start putting it together, and if we love it, we love it. If we don't, we don't. And we can always do something different next time. I saw people making these like little clusters off of the side of the page, like the page edge, but I haven't actually done one. So this is me kind of trying to figure it out, I guess. So let's go ahead and put this big one on. Typically you would use scraps to do this, but because the kit is new and I'm just now starting to use it, I don't really have scraps per se. So I'm just using bits of the paper that I had. So, but I'm loving this already. I love the scrappy look. Just using my art glitter glue. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. Just creating kind of a clustery bit here. It's going to be okay. We need a little bit more green. I think I'm going to tear this one so that I can use that other piece and break up that color a little bit. So got some more pieces here too though. So we can do that. Again, these are just pieces from the kit. I just took one of the scraps from the other things I was making. So I guess I am using scraps in theory, but not scraps in the traditional way. And let's put some more green on here. And we'll look at the other side and see what kinds of magical things we can do with the back side of this. And I like that. Glue him to my table though. Ah! Goodness gracious. Let me put something down here. I'm going to put this piece of paper down so that I don't have that problem. So we've got some white bits here. I think this would be a nice piece. It needs to be a little bit smaller. Maybe if I kind of go like this, I can avoid getting more glue than I need, or getting it on places I don't need it. Like so. And then do we need another? Oh, I like this camera one. I think that's a great final piece. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit of this green, just again to break that color up a little bit. Just kind of like that. Come on, get off the back. And then our last piece will be the little camera. It's adorable. Adorable. Just going to kind of go off here a little bit. Give that a press and then lift it off of here so that it doesn't. So, you know, I mean, I suppose in theory one could just, and we might do that here on camera, and just put a backing on this, the back of the pocket, because in order for this to be a pocket, well, it's, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. I think we'll just leave it as this one is the first one that I've done, and I love it. I am very, very happy with it. So I think we're just going to leave that like it is. So let's get a little bit of this fabric or this material. I'm not even sure what it's from right now. Get a little bit of this and kind of decorate this pocket a little bit. So let's see, we need something to go under it. This would probably be good. Let's tear that down a little bit. There, there. I don't want to cover up the camera though. I really like that. So we've got that, and how about a piece of the green again? I'm going a little bit of that. Yeah, I like that. Let's go ahead and glue this down. There we go. Do we want that first? Yeah, I think we want this fabric stuff first. But I'm going to just put some Fabri-Tac on the back of this strip and use that as the adhesive to hold that other material down as we did before. It's going to kind of go up like that, and then put this in place. Give it a press. And then, whoop, it's moving. It's tough material apparently. And then maybe a little piece of this burlap again would be nice for our word. What word do we have? We have relax. I think that seems fitting. I think it needs to be trimmed down just a little bit. It's a little long for the space I'm using it in. There we go. Let's get some burlap on here. Nice fact. Whoa, what a mess. There we go. Just a little bit of Fabri-Tac on the back of this. And then right there, does everything look kind of even? Not real sure. It's kind of hard when it's down on the surface to see if it's actually straight or not. It's okay though. And then our last thing is our word relax. And then I'm going to look at the clock and see how we're doing on time. We're about 47 minutes now. I'm not going to be able to cut it down very much when I edit, so I think we'll just call this good. And I think what I'll do off camera is I'll probably just get a piece of the kit, glue it onto the back of this, and then just cut around that. And I'll be sure to put that in the final photos at the end of the video if you want to see that. But I think this is absolutely adorable. I'm thinking I'm not sure if I want one of the leaves or not. And I also had this relax. Oh, that's relax. This is actually from the paper from one of the pieces, but I think we're good there. Except, want any of that? Nah, doesn't fit. Doesn't fit the project. I also had gone through my just scrapbook embellishments and got a couple of things I was thinking about using. This might be fun because it's transparent. So let's go ahead and use this if I can get it off. That's the tricky part. They're kind of old. There we go. Shall we put this on? How about right there? Why not? There we go. And that is done. That is so this ended up being different than I thought. I wanted to just make like a scrap strip to go on the edge of the page, but we were able to get a pocket out of this too, which I think is a bonus. So that is it, guys. Paper sticking to my desk. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, you can go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That just helps my videos to be able to be more visible on YouTube. And if you like the videos, you like the content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell, and that will notify you anytime I create a new video. So thank you guys so much. Blessings. Bye-bye.